Everybody, Stray13 here from BannedFromTheVideoStore.com, bringing you another edition of A Guy's Guide to Chick Flicks. And today I'm reviewing... Come on, seriously? I have to watch this? Alright, let me watch it. It's so good! Oh my god! I was not prepared for this. Alright, the plot is Kathy Bates is a overweight housewife living with a man that doesn't appreciate her, and she's basically going through menopause and all this. There's all this like just fucking horrible things happening to her. Like kids at the supermarket are mean to her, and uh, in a young woman's world, she's getting like kind of pushed around. And one day she's going in to meet her mother-in-law at the nursing home she's in, and the mother-in-law doesn't like her, and like she ends up in the waiting room, and she meets Jessica Tandy, and Jessica Tandy starts telling her like, "Oh, you remind me of my friend, blah blah blah," and Jessica Tandy starts talking about like her life in the 1920s, like how things were, like all these tragedies like that happened in her life, and it's a really it's just a good movie. And I mean, Chris, her brother's played by Chris O'Donnell, and you think, holy crap, Chris O'Donnell's in this movie. I mean, what the hell else is he going to be in? Like, he hasn't done Batman and Robin or anything gay like that yet. So he's in it for like 2 minutes and dies, gets hit by a fucking train. And all I can say is, like, how the hell do people get hit by trains? And like, even in like the 1920s, they had to have been fucking loud, and you had to have seen them coming. But anyway, he gets hit by a train, and like Jessica Tandy just goes on and on about how she was like this bad, or like you don't. Well, actually, you don't even know that it's her. I'm like kind of spoiling it, but I don't think you're watching this review like never seeing the movie or like not knowing anything about the movie. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, Jessica Tandy is telling the story like she's like almost like a third person character in this movie, but you find out in the movie later that she's actually one of the characters, and I'm not going to go into that. But yeah, Chris O'Donnell fucking dies and gets hit by a train and dies, and her friend, like it becomes like this, friendship between her and this other character, and like the 1920s, and how you know like we were still a nation divided. I mean, there was the blacks and the whites, and there was just, like people were racist back then, and people were, mean and cruel back then, and it was just such a moving, touching movie, because as she like goes in to visit Jessica Tandy, she becomes friends with Jessica Tandy, and eventually she learns to like love Jessica Tandy as a person. And you see Kathy Bates, who I've always liked anyway. I mean, ever since Misery, I thought she was amazing in Misery, and I think she's just a brilliant actress. And like, it's always cool to see like a bigger actress kind of get parts where it's a young, beautiful person's world anymore. And she goes through all these like triumphs and tragedies, and like she Kathy Bates becomes a better person. She starts working out and like working on her marriage and telling her husband, like, fucking pay attention to me, and it's such a good movie. It really is. You really think it's a chick flick. There's even fucking cannibalism in this movie. Like, I love this movie, and I'm like really sad to say that about a chick flick. I really do. I really thought that this movie was amazing, and it was like heartwarming, and like Jessica Tandy is a fucking national treasure, and so is Kathy Bates, for that matter. Wow, I'm really gonna be like depressed after people start seeing this review, because I really wanted to tear this movie apart, and I can't, because honestly, it's not a chick flick. You could like a guy could go out and rent this for like like a romantic evening with his girlfriend or whatever, and they would watch it, and he's going to enjoy the movie. I mean, the movie it's good. It's damn good. It's not like just this estrogen-soaked nightmare like a lot of these movies I've had to see before. I really got to reevaluate my life now, because this movie just was awesome. Tawanda.